Every most reliable pistol list repeats the same 5 names, but this one uses actual military trial data and torture tests instead of assumptions. In the 10th place, the Walther PPK enters the countdown as a study in mechanical simplicity. Its blowback-operated action dispenses with a locking mechanism entirely, leaving fewer moving parts to misalign or fail under regular use. This design choice means that, while the PPK never faced the punishing military endurance trials of some later pistols, it still built a reputation for dependable function in the hands of German police forces over several decades. The production line for the PPK ran steadily from the late 1920s through the early 2000s, with only minor changes to its core mechanics. Rather than relying on extra safety features or over-engineered tolerances, the PPK's reliability comes from its straightforward construction, a pistol that simply works when needed, as long as basic maintenance is observed. Its position here reflects a different kind of reliability, not the survivor of battlefield abuse, but a proven performer through generations of daily carry and service. Number 9, the Tokarev TT33 moves the countdown from civilian carry pistols into the territory of weapons built for the battlefield. Soviet engineers gave the TT33 loose mechanical tolerances on purpose, so mud, sand, and even neglect were less likely to jam the pistol when conditions turned hostile. That approach fit Soviet doctrine, which demanded sidearms that could keep firing after being dropped in snow, buried in dirt, or left uncleaned for weeks. The TT33's simple single-action trigger, fixed magazine, and minimal safety features all served one goal: reliability when everything else failed. Its reputation for surviving sub-zero temperatures and gridded trenches was cemented in World War II, and its influence spread as China, Yugoslavia, and North Korea all produced their own versions. Unlike pistols designed for daily police carry, the TT33 was engineered to keep working in the worst environments a soldier could face, making it a staple wherever rugged reliability mattered most. 8th place belongs to the Makarov PM, a pistol that took the Soviet reliability playbook and trimmed it down to its most practical form. The PM's straight blowback action, paired with a lower pressure 9x18mm cartridge, allowed for a lighter slide and fewer moving parts, roughly 30 in total. That's a marked reduction from its predecessor, the TT33, and it shows in the field. The Makarov is known for being easy to strip, quick to clean, and almost impossible to truly foul. Eastern Bloc soldiers and police officers told stories of the PM firing after months of neglect, or after being dropped in mud, sand, or snow. Its slide lock and double-action trigger were built for utility, not just safety, and Soviet directives even encouraged minimal maintenance unless cycling was interrupted. In cold weather or after storage in unheated armories, the Makarov kept working, earning its reputation as the sidearm that simply refused to quit. Number 7, the Browning High Power stands out not for a single dramatic test, but for decades of trust across the world's armed forces. Since the 1930s, more than 50 countries have officially adopted the high power, making it one of the most widely issued sidearms in history. Commonwealth militaries, NATO members, and police agencies on nearly every continent have fielded this pistol, each putting it through their own set of demands, whether in tropical jungles, arid deserts, or cold European winters. That kind of global service isn't just a trivia point, it's a real-world trial by fire, repeated over and over by different armies, armorers, and doctrines. The high power's long service life, spanning more than 70 years in some Commonwealth units, reflects a design that could be trusted to function no matter the climate or maintenance regime. Its place in the countdown comes from this broad, institutional validation. Proving reliability isn't just about surviving a single test, but about earning trust across generations and borders. Number 6, the Smith & Wesson Model 59 marks a turning point in American law enforcement sidearms. Introduced in the late 1960s, this all-steel double-stack 9mm was designed for police departments ready to move beyond the revolver era. The Model 59 didn't earn its reputation in war zones or through dramatic torture tests. It built its legacy on the grind of daily duty. Officers carried it through years of station house routines, constant holster wear, and the unpredictable demands of patrol. Its hefty, all-metal frame absorbed the knocks and scrapes of real-world service, showing a kind of reliability that had nothing to do with legend and everything to do with showing up day after day. Departments from New York to Los Angeles quietly relied on the Model 59 to function without fail, even when maintenance was less than perfect. Unlike pistols that owe their fame to battlefield stories, the Model 59 stands out for surviving the relentless, ordinary demands of American police work during a major transition in sidearm design. Number 5. The Colt M1911 stands as a testament to what it means for a sidearm to earn its place through sheer longevity and battlefield performance. Adopted by the U.S. military in 1911, this .45 ACP pistol remained the nation's standard sidearm for more than 70 years, outlasting 2 world wars, Korea, Vietnam, and countless smaller conflicts. Its service record is not just long, it's marked by proven reliability in every environment American troops encountered, from the mud of the Western Front to the sweltering jungles of Southeast Asia and the freezing cold of Korea. Soldiers and Marines trusted the M1911 to function after being soaked, buried, neglected, or exposed to sand and grit. The platform's basic design persisted with only minor changes, and even after its official replacement in 1985, modernized 1911s are still produced and carried today. Unlike pistols whose reputations hinge on nostalgia or legend, the M1911's reliability is documented in the hands of generations of American service members, earning its place here for outlasting nearly every other sidearm in official U.S. military use. Number 4, the Sig Sauer P226 earns its place near the top by turning military trial data into a reliability legacy. In the U.S. Army's 1984 XM9 service pistol trials, the P226 posted a higher overall score than its main rival, the Beretta 92F, 853.6 to 835.34, after a grueling 10,000-round cycle that included exposure to dust, sand, and temperature extremes. The Army ultimately chose Beretta for cost reasons, but the numbers left no doubt about the SIG's performance under identical conditions. The story didn't end there. When the Navy SEALs faced slide failures with early M9s, they ran their own test. 5 P226 pistols fired 30,000 rounds each with minimal cleaning, simulating the kind of abuse a combat sidearm might endure. The P226s finished the trial without a single catastrophic failure, prompting the SEALs to adopt it as the Mark 25 in 1989. For the next quarter century, the P226 served through harsh maritime environments, desert deployments, and high round count training, earning a reputation for shrugging off salt, sand, and neglect. Its place in this ranking comes not just from stories or nostalgia, but from a paper trail of test results and elite unit acceptance. The P226 stands apart as a pistol whose reliability was measured, scrutinized, and proven in the most demanding environments the U.S. military could devise. Coming to the top 3, the Beretta 92FS stands as a rare case where a pistol's reliability story includes a public failure, a high-stakes engineering fix, and a redemption arc that played out on the world stage. During the 1980s, U.S. military trials and early field service revealed a serious problem: 14 documented incidents of slide cracking, with several resulting in injuries when the slide separated from the frame. This wasn't just a minor hiccup, it was a crisis that nearly disqualified the Beretta from its role as America's standard sidearm. But instead of fading into obscurity, the 92FS became a case study in how a manufacturer can turn disaster into long-term trust. Under Army pressure, Beretta reinforced the slide, improved the steel's heat treatment, and introduced a retention system designed to keep the slide from flying off the frame, even in a catastrophic failure. The redesigned 92FS then served as the U.S. military's main sidearm for nearly 30 years, logging millions of rounds without a repeat of the early slide failures. Independent torture tests pushed the upgraded pistol past 19,000 rounds before a minor part, not the slide, finally gave out. The 92FS edges passed other contenders, not because it was flawless from the start, but because it faced a near-fatal flaw and emerged stronger, with its reliability proven over decades of hard service and scrutiny. That journey from public breakdown to trusted workhorse cements the Beretta 92FS as one of the most reliable pistols ever fielded. In second place, the Glock 17 stands as the pistol that redefined what reliability means in a modern sidearm. When it entered Austrian military trials in the early 1980s, the Glock 17 wasn't just another steel-framed contender. It brought a polymer frame and a striker-fired system that raised eyebrows across the industry. The trial requirements were punishing. The pistol had to survive drop tests, freezing temperatures, sand and mud exposure, and fire thousands of rounds without cleaning. Glock's entry not only passed, but excelled. In one of the most dramatic demonstrations, a Glock 17 was dropped from a 400-foot helicopter and kept functioning without a hitch. In endurance cycles, the pistol fired 10,000 consecutive rounds jam-free, and independent tests have pushed that number even higher. One famously reached over 325,000 rounds before a minor spring failure, a figure that dwarfs the service life of most competitors. The polymer frame, a first for a widely adopted military pistol, offered a real advantage. It resisted corrosion, shrugged off the kind of neglect that would pit or rust traditional steel, and made the pistol lighter to carry. With fewer metal parts exposed to the elements, the Glock 17 could be submerged, frozen, or buried and still return to service with minimal cleaning. This design philosophy set a new standard for what a duty pistol should be able to withstand. Law enforcement agencies and military units around the world took notice, and soon the Glock 17 became the benchmark by which all modern service pistols were measured. Its place near the top reflects more than just a streak of successful tests. It's about changing the expectations for reliability industry-wide. The Glock 17 didn't just survive the harshest trials, it forced everyone else to catch up. That legacy, built on a blend of innovation and proven performance, cements its status as one of the most reliable pistols ever made. And finally, in first place, the CZ75 stands alone as the most reliably documented pistol on record, not because of marketing, battlefield legend, or contract ubiquity, but because its engineering leaves little to chance. Released in 1975, nearly a decade before the Glock 17 would shake up the market, the CZ75 arrived as an all-steel, double-action pistol with a design philosophy that prioritized function over flash. Its most distinctive feature, the slide-inside frame configuration, was virtually unheard of outside the elite SIG P210. This geometry keeps the slide rails tightly mated to the frame, reducing play and ensuring a consistent lockup even after thousands of rounds. That's not just a theoretical advantage. Independent endurance tests and competition shooters alike have pushed the CZ75 past the 10,000 round mark without a single malfunction. In one widely cited torture test, the pistol survived mud immersion and sub-zero exposure, then cycled through a full magazine as if nothing had happened. The CZ75's mechanical simplicity is another pillar of its reputation. With roughly 30 to 35 individual parts, the pistol is straightforward to strip and maintain, and its generous tolerances mean it resists fouling and grit better than many of its contemporaries. These characteristics have made it a favorite among gunsmiths and competitive shooters who value a sidearm that just keeps running, match after match, season after season. Colonel Jeff Cooper, one of the most influential voices in modern pistol craft, called it the best of the conventional nines, praising its ergonomics, trigger, and most of all, its ability to function flawlessly under pressure. But the story of the CZ75 is also one of missed opportunity in the West. During the Cold War, Czechoslovakia's strict export controls and the Iron Curtain kept the pistol out of major NATO trials and away from the kind of law enforcement contracts that built the fame of other sidearms. Instead, the CZ75 trickled into the United States through small batch importers and occasionally less official channels. It wasn't until the early 1990s, after the political thaw, that the pistol became widely available to American shooters. By then, its reputation for reliability had already taken root in competitive circles and among those who value performance over pedigree. Service records back up the CZ75's standing. The pistol has served as the standard sidearm for Czech and Slovak police forces for over 4 decades, and its variants continue to see duty in military and law enforcement agencies throughout Eastern Europe. Production has surpassed 1 million units, with no sign of slowing down. The NATO-approved CZ P226, a compact descendant of the original, is the only handgun known to have passed the Alliance's rigorous reliability protocol, a testament to the platform's enduring resilience. When measured by mean rounds between failure, environmental stress performance, service longevity, and mechanical simplicity, the CZ75 consistently matches or surpasses its more famous rivals. It achieves this not through hype or nostalgia, but through hard evidence, documented trial results, real-world service, and a design that shrugs off the kind of abuse that sidelines lesser pistols. In the end, the CZ75's place at the top is a reminder that the most reliable tool isn't always the one with the biggest reputation. Sometimes it's the one quietly earning trust, round after round, year after year. Across all 10 pistols, one pattern stands out. True reliability is earned in the real world, not handed out by reputation or hype. Endurance under fire, brutal trials, and decades of service trump any brand myth. In the world of sidearms, performance leaves no room for legends. Only proof. Which pick challenged your expectations? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive rankings.